Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video on the 3D Critic channel. I am David, your host, and today I'm going to be talking about the Way of Wade 808 threes. Break it down for you guys section by section, give my final thoughts on it to see if it is a good shoe for you guys to play in. Now, to start everything off as usual, these are retailing for $120 on Li-Ning's website right now. So if you guys are interested in purchasing yourself a pair, I will leave a link in the description box below for you guys. Now for traction, you're going to get a full-length rubber outsole with a wavy multi-directional traction pattern. And on the front, there's a black rubber pod with a slightly more basic wavy traction pattern. So the traction for me overall, it was insane right out of the jump when I started playing in these. The grip that you get was really good out of the jump, and with lateral movements you were able to create a lot of space and be really quick to get open for a shot and cutting to the basket as well. And because of the grip that you have, you are going to be really good when it comes to being a primary defender. You were able to stay toe-to-toe with anyone that you are sticking, and I was really happy with it overall in that aspect. And with vertical movements as well, the hard stops in this is absolutely crazy. I was able to stop on a dime and not slide at all when doing it. So you're going to be really good when it comes to taking step back shots and trying to do a quick hard cut to the basket as well. You're going to get a lot of grip from the floor and basically slingshot your way to cutting to the basket and doing pick and rolls, anything in that nature as well. I really enjoyed the lateral movements and vertical movements in this shoe, and when it came to dust, it didn't have any effect on the traction pattern at all. Any court condition that I was in indoors pretty much didn't affect the traction performance at all, and I was really happy with that. And when it came to overall durability, I didn't experience any signs of wear in this traction pattern at all, which is a huge plus considering all the hard cuts and hard stops I did on the court. So if you guys are playing outdoors, you should be good to go. Just make sure when you are playing outdoors, they get dirty really easily. So if you want to keep these clean, clean them up every now and then, every time you play in them outdoors. So overall, this is easily one of the best traction patterns that I have tried so far. With the lateral and vertical movements, you're able to stop on a dime and get really good grip on the court, regardless of the court condition. And on top of that, it is extremely durable as well. So because of that, I'm going to give the traction an easy 10 out of 10. Now for cushion, you're going to get a drop-in midsole with a full-length Cloud Plus foam with a 4-foot boom pod in the front. And in the middle, you're going to get a built-in Pro-Bar lock shank plate for better stability inside the shoe. So the cushioning overall for me, I was pleasantly surprised by that because the combination of the Cloud Plus foam along with the boom cushioning in the 4-foot gave it a really nice responsive feel. Probably one of the most responsive cushioning setups that I've tried so far, and I was able to contest people's shots, trying to block people's shots as well, and getting steals really easily. I was able to generate a lot of speed really quickly when I was playing in these, and with the combination of the shank plate, it is really explosive as well. It gave it a nice subtle bounce. That way I was able to get rebounds really easily, and it was really effortless when I was trying to get up in the air. It felt really light under my feet, and I was able to generate a lot of height when getting rebounds as well. And in the heel, the impact protection is actually pretty good overall. It gives you a good bit of compression, that way you land on your heel nice and smoothly, and I didn't experience any aches in my back when I was playing in these. After a while when you play in it, it will bottom out a little bit, so be mindful of that. Make sure that you don't play in these that often, because it will bottom out a little bit and it will be a little uncomfortable for your back after a while playing in these. And the overall heel to toe transition as well was really nice and fluid, and it was actually pretty quick transitions as well, considering that the shank plate is bottom loaded in the midsole, and it gives it a really nice fluid and a snappy feel with every single step that you take, and you generate a lot of speed really quickly when going up and down the court, and that is really helpful for quick and shifty players like me, transitioning myself from offense to defense as well. It's overall a really nice cushioning setup for quick players and I was really happy with that, and I enjoyed it a lot when I was playing in these. So overall, the cushioning setup for me, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Now for materials, you are going to get pretty much the basics that you need in a shoe. Most of the shoe, you're going to get textile material right here with some fuse overlays right here in the toe box as well as in the lace line right here. And you're going to get some plastic on the lateral side of the shoe here as well as in the medial. And the tongue is comprised mostly of mesh. And on the top, there's leather here with some decent padding. And in the back, you are going to get some decent padding here as well. And overall, it feels really nice overall. There's a good bit of flexibility, as you can see right here. I don't like the feel of the textile material here. But besides that, the material is holding up pretty well. It's really flexible. I didn't experience any pinching in the lace line area here. And with the tongue, considering how minimalistic it is, it gives it enough padding. That way you won't feel the laces pinching your feet at all. And overall in the heel, it's really comfortable as well. And I didn't experience any chafing in my Achilles heel. So overall, the materials are pretty good overall. And because of that, overall, I'm going to give the materials a 8 out of 10. Now, when it comes to the fit, I would go true to size for me personally. With the drop-in midsole, it gives it a nice side barrier to have your feet sit in it, and it gives you a nice feel in the foot. And the materials itself conforms to your foot really nicely. That way it gives you a nice, snug one-to-one fit. So if you have a wide foot, go up half a size to accommodate yourself for that. And if you are a narrow foot, go down half a size as well. And overall, because of that, I'm going to give the fit a 10 out of 10. Now moving over to lockdown, the lockdown on the shoe is done pretty well once you have your foot inside the shoe, because the midsole has these grooves right here that stick to the sock really well. That way you won't move around in the footbed, especially in the midfoot and forefoot section. And on top of that, the materials conform to your foot really nicely. That way you won't move around in the shoe. And the midfoot, you are going to have this nice cabled lacing system here that wraps the foot really well. That way you won't move around in the shoe at all in the midfoot. And then the heel, it cups the back of the heel really nicely. That way you won't experience any heel slippage when you are playing. I didn't experience any heel slippage at all when I was playing, and it was a huge plus with that. And I was able to maximize the full potential out of the shoe with the traction as well as the cushion setup as well. So the lockdown on this shoe is easily a 10 out of 10. Now moving along to the support, you are going to get a nice wide stable base from the outsole that gives you really good stabilization when you're landing on your own 2 feet. And when it comes to lateral stability, you're going to get a outrigger right here that protrudes outward. And on top of that, you're going to get a plastic piece that goes up to the material and helps cradle your foot and keeps the foot in place and prevents you from rolling your ankle any further. And the plastic piece goes all the way to the back of the shoe and goes up to the material as well to give you additional lateral support in the heel. And in the back, you are going to get an internal TPU heel counter along with a plastic piece right here to prevent the heel from moving from side to side in the shoe as well. And when it comes to overall torsional support, you are going to get a TPU shank plate built into the midsole, and it gives you really good stability inside the shoe. As you can see, this shoe does not have the midsole, and it contorts a lot. And with the midsole, it gives it a nice rigid base. That way you are balanced in the shoe at all times. And on top of the lateral support, you are going to get a nice sidewall all around the drop-in midsole right here that gives you additional lateral support that helps prevent you from rolling your ankle any further. So when it comes to support, it checks all the boxes when it comes to a wide stable base, lateral counters from the outrigger as well as the materials itself. And the built-in TPU shank plate in the midsole gives a really good torsional support as well as the heel counters internally as well as external. It gives it really good support and prevented my heel from moving side to side. There was a little bit of a concern for me with the base side. While it is wide in the forefoot, it gets a little less wide in the back of the heel. and I experienced a little ankle roll when I landed on my heel right here on an angle. So that was mainly my only concern, but overall it is really good when it comes to support. I didn't experience any ankle rolls besides the one instance when I was landing in my heel. But overall, the support, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. So to sum it up for you guys, this is one of the best basketball shoes that you can play in right now, because the traction with vertical and lateral movements, you're pretty much good to go, and it gives you really good grip, and it is really durable on top of that. And the cushion is really nice and comfortable, and it gives you a really nice pop off of your foot, and it makes you really fast on the court as well. The materials as well are really nice and comfortable and flexible as well, and it doesn't give up on you when you are playing as well. And the lockdown and the support is pretty much top notch all across the board. And if you don't have the money to spend on the WOW 10s, this is a really solid option for you guys if you don't want to spend that much money on shoes. And it's pretty much a steal in my opinion, considering that it's only $120. So I would absolutely recommend it to you guys, and there's no question about it. And that is my review on the Way of Wade 808 threes. Thank you guys for watching this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Comment down below on your thoughts on the 808 threes, any experiences that you have had with them so far, along with any other questions that you might have for me as well. If you'd like to support this channel, I recommend you hit the subscribe button down below. It is greatly appreciated as always. I appreciate the support to help this channel grow. And if you want to follow me on Instagram and TikTok, I will leave that information in the description box below. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the day. I hope this video was beneficial to you guys. And until next time, keep shooting.